Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing out there? We are in a famous brownout right now. Oh, hang on, let me up that there. Joke. I had my cover down. How's everybody doing out there on this beautiful? Well, what is today's weather? Looking outside, cloudy, a rain in the air, but that can change. That can change in a half hour. It could be sunny and nice out. How's everybody doing? Sunday here in the Philippines, Sunday morning. I really don't have anything planned for today. I'll probably watch some college ball game, update on the floor. I know you guys are following that. Uh, they are 98.9% done. They just kind of got the outside cut trim areas to lay down in concrete and then wipe the floor all down and then put the grout in, and then we're good to go. Looks nice. Looks nice. It turned out nice. I'm pleased. I'm happy. King, no complaints here. No complaints. They did a great job feeding them. What do we have? You got to get them lunch and snacks. And you can buy lunch and snacks. And what I mean by lunch and snacks, it's for everybody, for real. Kids are here and stuff. But you can buy, like we bought all these lunch and a snack for the work crew here, everybody, every day for under $10. I mean, can't beat that. Can't beat the prices in the Philippines, labor price and everything like that. Jason Pike, good morning, Brian. Hope the renovations are coming along nicely at the 215. Getting ready for breakfast here soon. Rice, of course. Rice is life here in the Philippines. Yep. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. Rice. I'm not a rice guy. If you're a rice guy, man, you're going to love it here. If you don't mind, now it's up to you when you come here, what you choose to eat and where you live. But if you're a rice guy, man, you can eat rice. I would think you'd get tired of eating rice like anything day in and day out. Even if I had even if I had a pizza delivered to me every day, how I wanted it, cooked from where I wanted it back home, I think after a while I'd get tired of it. But boy, they just don't get tired of rice. Scott B, how are you doing? Slick Rick, good morning from San Francisco, California. Thanks for stopping in, Rick. Mama says stupid is as stupid does. That explains the government we have now. Ha ha. We're not going to get into politics. Everybody has their own thoughts on the governments. Victor Coco, thanks for stopping in, Victor. Street Freak, thanks for stopping in. The second word for the guest name goes to Filipino families who call their daughter princess, as if to endow some kind of special title. They do that here. Lutz one, what would it be? Her niece, her uncle's cousin, her cousin. All right, she's a princess. Yeah, princess. Run, Forrest, run, Jenny. Seaweed Hero, thanks for stopping in. I like Forrest Gump, and that's like how we're going to get into this video. Forrest. This guy's name is Forrest. And we'll get into that. I'll get into this. Wait for a few more people to get in here till we get into the meat and bones of the topic today. But I liked Forrest Gump. I usually watch Forrest Gump once a year. Once a year, right? I'll be flipping through my Netflix and Forrest Gump. Yeah, let me check it out. And I like watching it. I usually put it on when I'm ready to take a nap. Not that it puts me to sleep. It's just it's long, and I can wake up at any point and know what's going on in the movie. Yeah. Greetings to all from the Homestead 215 Brick and Tile Company. What about naming King Charles? Sounds very gay also. Ricky USA, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Old Ricky's here. Here's it's in the 80s and now down to 72. I know in Pennsylvania there, Philadelphia area, they had a really cold streak. Cold 20s, below 30s, wind chill factors. And I was talking to my brother-in-law, Miguel, and see, everything is in Fahrenheit. They don't understand cold here, what cold is. I said, let's put it this way, Miguel. If I took a bottle of water and I put it outside, it would be frozen. It would be frozen like an ice cube overnight. He's like, really? That cold? I'm like, yeah. I always said I'd love for it to snow one time in the Philippines so everybody can experience the snow. But yep, the lottery is $1 billion. $1 billion. I seen that. 1 billion. Boy, could you imagine? You know, where are these shows? Somebody should start a show where, what do these people do when they win these big, huge lotteries? What do they do? You know, first thing they buy, investments. First thing they're going to, are they going to donate to charity? I would think $1 billion you take in cash, you're getting maybe over 500, $500 million. Yeah, you're going to travel if you want. You're going to do this. You're going to help people out. But geez, what would be the first thing you would buy? Big item. I always wondered that. Philly. Morning from Philly, from Queensland, Australia. Good morning. Doing buggy. Good morning, Brian, from Hustle and Bustle of Manila. How is Manila? Yes, Hustle Bustle of Manila. Good morning, Arturo. Thanks for stopping in once again and saying hello. I was waiting for a brownout for all the roosters to get on the treadmill generator to power that house up at 230 volts. Now, we got that generator now. Matter of fact, I got to run it. I like to run it once a week. Get it up, get it running. And then twice a month, I'll put a load on it. I'll flip everything over, switch everything over if it's a brownout, as if it's a brownout, and run it for 30 minutes. And then power off, power on, and blah, blah, blah. That way I know it's going to run when it comes time for the big brownout. Dan, snowing here in upstate New York. Should be shoveled ready by morning. Don't miss that shoveling. I do not miss that shoveling. Getting up early morning, especially if you work a morning shift. You got to get up in the morning and you've got to shovel that out of your driveway. And because if you don't, and you just take off and go to work, you might come home. It might be like a block of ice. Then you're screwed. Then you got to do more work. Don't miss that getting up and shoveling and starting up my car and waiting for the heat to kick on and driving to work. I always had four-wheel drive vehicles, though. Always had four-wheel drive. I was a Jeep guy there. My first four-wheel drive I liked was my Jeep. Had a little lift on it. That was a cool Jeep. Then I bought another Jeep, and then I bought another Jeep. I love Jeeps. They were great. They served my purpose. Kuya Bear, good morning, Kuya Bear. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Travel, learn, repeat. What's up, Philly? Just checking it. I'm the young black man that you took a picture with at Tequila Reef about 3 years ago before you moved. Hope all is well with you. I still got the picture. Cool. I've met so many subscribers in Angeles City when I was up there. People, hey, can I get a selfie with you? And it's great. I did enjoy it. Um, but I remember faces. I'm good with faces. I'm not good with people's names, remembering their names, unless I spend quality time with a person. But a face, I'll remember a face. Ah, I know. Greg, how are you doing? Craig and Subu. Please, Brian. Some Canadian expat said anyone can live on 500 a month in the Philippines. 75% of a lot of windows lose their money in 5 years. But 500 clickbaits, BS living, maybe 500 a week. They're still putting them out there. Hey, it is what it is. I think the cost of living and what you need to live in the Philippines and what you don't need to live in the Philippines is a dead horse when it comes to vlogging. It to me, it just is. Um, but people still do it. People still do it. 500, they just still do it. Put out a video. You can live in the Philippines on $4.99 a week. I remember the first guy that years ago, British fella, married a woman. He is down. He's in Luzon. He may or may not be doing videos anymore. I think his name was Mike. They had a couple kids, and he was one of the first guys that was coming out and saying you can live in the Philippines for, I think it was 500 a month, and he got a lot of views. I mean, he was one of the older vloggers. Like I said, I think he may still. I don't know, but that's a dead beat. That beating that doing videos on that is it's a dead horse, but it gets views. Same way with cost of living. Cost of living gets views. Just is. Philly, PA. Victor says Philly, PA, 32 degrees with no snow. Dan P. Oh, you're talking to Dan P. 143. I'm near Birmingham, New York. About 2 years until my pension kicks in. What about you? All right, talking amongst themselves. It's good. Talk amongst yourselves. Good to see the 215 improving. Thank you, Jim. How are you doing? Checking in from the 252 here in North Carolina. I hope you and your family are well. We are doing well, Jim. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, All right, Street Freak, what are you guys going to do when the U.S. government stops paying pensions to everyone overseas? I don't know. I don't know. Cross that bridge when we get there, right? Zero per month living. Doubt it. The national debt won't wait that long. I will say this: my sister-in-law is a single mom and living on her salary of 22K per month. It is doable, but most Americans will cry. Yes, it is doable. It is doable, but you are going to live like a pure Viking. It is doable, but you're going to live like a Viking. Simple as that. Families here live on, they can live on 15, 20K a month. They can do it, right? But you're not turning on your gas stove every day. You're not turning on your electric stove every day. You're going out and you're gathering wood. You're going to chop that wood up. That is going to be how you cook your food. Oh, that would be fun. For how long? You're going to give up a lot, but it can be done. You're not going to have a YouTube channel. You know why? You won't have the money for an internet. It can be done, but uh, yes, that is it, Ricky. Chris Wren. That is it. in the Philippines. That's him. I don't know. Is he still doing videos? Couldn't tell you. But he was one of the first ones to come out with "You can do that," and was kind of living like that to prove that you could do that. But trust me, his expenses have gone up since when he first got here. Ah, yeah. Good morning, Croker. How are you doing? Zilla. Zilla. 014. I live in central New York. I love my four-wheel drives. My favorite was my 99 Wrangler with a 6-inch lift and the Jeep Wave. Is a real thing. Yes, it is. Yep, it is a real thing. It's like guys riding down the road on a motorbike. Always wave to each other. Get the hand out. Hey, what's up? In America, at least on the East Coast. Hey, what's up? What's up? Jeeps are the same way. You ride down the road, you're waving. The Jeep thing. You gotta be a Jeep guy to understand what a Jeep thing is. How's the new tile coming along, Jim? Coming along great. I was saying they are 98.9% done. They just have the outer areas that they got to cut to fit in to go around the doorways and along the edge of the room. Then you got to wipe it up, clean it up really nice, lay the grout, and it will be done. It should be 100% done today. So, anyways, guys, let's talk about Newbie Neil. Thanks for stopping in. I'm new, but this show is feeling extra clickbaity. But you got to stay tuned. See, everybody they want you to spill the beans at the beginning of a YouTube video. Like, no, that's not how it works. YouTubers have to bring you in. We got to get you engaged into our videos for at least 6 minutes because that's the prime amount of time that works good. We got to do that. That's how it works. People don't listen through a whole video. But that's okay. That's okay. At least they made the effort. But meeting Forrest Gump, is he doomed for a failure upon arrival in the Philippines? Let me tell you where I got this from. I watch TV, all right? Like most of us, right? And I watched a show on TLC called Before the 90 Days. And I started watching this back when this character, I look at these people as characters. These are people that have fallen in love with someone online throughout the world. And now they're going to meet that girl and they're going to get engaged and, but I watched this character, Ed, Big Ed, they called him. He looked like Barney Rubble. You know what I mean? He looked like Barney Rubble, and he had come to the Philippines to meet this girl, and it was a disaster. And from him saying about her not shaving her legs, and he went on now to become a TLC, whatever it is. Well, every year they put this out, and this one guy, FORREST, that is his name. He lives in the States, and he's coming over to the Philippines to see the girl that he has been dating online for 7 years. 7 years. I'm sure through COVID and all that. And so when he was talking, he was saying he had sent the girl money. All right, Street Freak, you're going to like this. He sent the girl money, and he told the girl to put it in an account, put it in a bank account, and keep it there. Save that money. Well, if he come to find out that the money got spent, she turned around and said the family had access to the account. Family. All right. These are these disasters that you hear about that he hasn't even really been in to experience a disaster in the Philippines. All right. Not only once did that happen, but twice. Twice she finally admitted to him that my family had access to that money. They spent it. So what I mean, he admits he has ADHD. He's autistic, right? But I could even tell when I looked at him, and this is no dig on autistic people because I know autistic people. People might say I'm autistic. You know what I mean? I don't know. But you could kind of tell. And is that also going to play a part in him? Is he going to be able to establish and put his foot down? All right. There's more to this story. There's more to this story. He has his own house. All right. And what he did is he has put cameras all over in his house, everywhere in his house. He has like a modern day home. Like he says, Siri, turn on my lights. Siri, turn on my TV. Commands. He commands everything. He's got a little robot that sweeps around his house, and he's into all that gadgetry and technical stuff. And that's why I say maybe the dude's smart when it comes to things like that. All right. But he's got cameras all over his house, and he has speakers. So when he talks and microphones, his girlfriend can hear everything he has to say. So she's sitting in this in the Philippines, and she can see what he's doing all the time. What he's doing, he's cooking breakfast, and they interact like that, like they're living together on a computer. He sleeps during the day so he can be up when it's nighttime here in the Philippines. That's his schedule. He has blackout curtains he puts up so he can sleep. And every day it's like this. And get this. He had, like I said, he could speak, Siri, turn on my radio. Siri, he says, Siri, turn on some sexy music. I'm not bullshitting you. And while he's doing this, his girls like watching him, and they call it their sexy time. All right. And the lights go dim. They go to like a red, like a reddish color, like a red streak color, sexy time. Right. So he goes on to say, she had told me, hey, how about you go into the bedroom and take your clothes off, right? Wait, maybe I should do it. Maybe I should do it in a girl's voice. Hey, baby, I want you to go into your room and take your clothes off, right? So he goes, I went into my room. He goes, and, she's seen my body, and she didn't like say it was ugly and I wasn't fat or anything like that. She really enjoyed my body, right? He goes, and then she returned the favor. And wow, what a beautiful body. Her sexy curves and her luscious. I'm like, all right, beater boy. My man's a beater boy, right? So it gets better. You think, it gets better, all right? He's like a mama's boy, all right? His mom come over to his house. Sounds like a first-person story. Yeah, his mom comes over to his house, and he said, all right, you're going to the Philippines now. We need to go get a really sexy lingerie for your girlfriend to wear. It's like, you're taking your mom to buy lingerie for your girlfriend? And the mom tells him, like, I don't trust the parents this, the parents that. Well, you've got a lot to learn about the Philippine culture when it comes to family. They don't understand this. They just think an American. And Forrest tells his mom, well, Mom, when I get over there, I will set everything straight. Now, the mom's coming along with him to the Philippines, too. You know what I mean? Mom's coming along. And his mom says to him, Forrest, you say that now. But when you start getting the nookie cookie, everything will change for you. His mom is telling him this, you know? And so they go to the lingerie shop and, well, what color do you like, Forrest? I like purple. Jenny's favorite color is purple. That's my favorite color. So his mom's picking out all this sexy lingerie for him. Like there's something weird there. But his mom is worried about him being taken advantage of, which I can understand. You know, is this guy doomed? I haven't seen the girl. I don't know what environment she lives in, how hard her living is. But wow, are these the people that are, do they do their homework? Are they showing, just are in their own mind thinking, OPJ's not here, our Philippine journey. He made a video and I'm like, you know what? That was a good video. And I wish more people would watch a video like that and like be, it was a good video. He basically said, if you need someone to tell you how to live, like in the Philippines, like don't get on the plane. Like don't get on the plane. No one needs to tell you how to live. Live. Like, don't get on the plane. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. People want to tell you, oh, you got to wear this kind of shirt. You got a turtle, you got a frog. All right. They want to tell you, this, and this. No, you're not going to, don't tell me how to live. You know what I mean? Don't tell me how to dress. Don't tell me how to speak. If you're a common sense guy and you've got common sense, you can figure out the Philippines. It's not hard. It's not hard. There was no book for me. I just figured it out. But yeah, this guy, I hope he does well. I'm going to follow his story. But I always watched them because I knew what it was like when not knowing coming to the Philippines. That experience, that first time, that getting on the plane, booking that flight, flying like overseas. I've flown to the Caribbeans. I've flown to Mexico, Jamaica. I have flown around the United States, all the way down into the Gulf of America. All right. But I never did that like huge, long trip. I know what that was like. Booking stuff online, setting it up. That first experience. Here I am. Here I am. You look back and it was good. It was good. And it is good. I can't believe, look where you live. Da, 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 da. Well, you can't tell me how to live. You can't tell me how to live. People need to understand that. You can't tell them how to live. You might not like the environment the person's living. I might not like the environment that this person's living in. But they do. It's how it is out here in the province. I love it out here. It's peaceful. It's quiet. I have a peace of mind here. Good morning, OPJ. Your ears must be ringing. I was just talking about you. I was just saying, I like that video you put out. And I said more people needed to watch it. People don't need to tell you how to live your life, how to live your life. You don't need advice on how to live your life. And if you do, like you said in the video, um, you don't belong to even come to the Philippines. So, anyways, there is my story about Forrest Gump. I might be a stupid man, but I know what love is. Right? I love Forrest Gump. I can quote a bunch of lines from Forrest Gump. Right? Yeah. But I wish the guy well. I really do. I think there's a lot of challenges. Let's say challenges that he will have to overcome. He will have to deal with the culture, the parents, the living conditions. It is a big shock. It can be a big shock when you get here. Um, eye sensory overload. You know, Manila's massive. It's massive. You see how the people are living. It's eye sensory overload. I call it. Craig in Cebu. Hey, Craig. Thank you. Hey, Brian. Buy a 39 peso coffee or one SM beer. Thank you, Craig. I will. I will. That will. I don't drink. I'm not. I'm not here on vacation. See, here's the weird thing about this island. People are coming here. They're on vacation, so they're going to want to sit and drink beer. You know, do drink beer. You know, they're on vacation, having a good time, and this and that. I'm not on vacation. You know, I'm not a beer drinker. So where I would go order a coffee, the tourists are going to order a beer. But thank you, Craig. I will get that. Will buy. Let me see, 39 pesos. That will buy. That'll buy me something. Something. Yeah. Thank you. Craig is a decent guy. Come on, Craig. Craig in Cebu has his own thing going on, his own YouTube channel, his own way. And that's what I say. Do it your own way. Like Frank Sinatra. I won't sing it because they say it's bad to sing in the Philippines. I just got online. Zilla says anyone that is happy already knows how to live. They don't need any opinions about that. Yeah, I can. You can listen to people, um, and I don't mind. But nobody needs to tell you how to live. If you never listen to opinions, that is true. You listen to opinions and what you take from the person's opinion. You know what I'm saying? But you always got to be open minded to a person's opinion. That's just how I feel, street freak. I'm going to lose it all, according to Street Freak. Uh, you got to laugh. You got to laugh about things. You got to laugh about life. 30 likes, nearly 100 up in here. Come on, guys, smash that like button. Thank you for the reminder. The reminder, right? You let people know. Smash the like button, thumbs up. It does help. It does help. Who knows what helps anymore with YouTube? Who knows? Before it was get people to give you thumbs up. Make sure, and then it would be make sure to have people do this, do that, and who knows what YouTube wants anymore? Do shorts, promote this, do. I don't know. I'm just going how I'm going. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not creating fancy commercials with promoting things. And there's so much going on with YouTube. It's crazy. Ah, that depends on what the opinion is about. OPJ did mention before how there will be a long queue of expats returning to the USA when the US government cuts off pensions to those overseas. They didn't believe me. I have no clue what's going on with the government pensions overseas. I'm not drawing a government pension overseas yet. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? That's probably that statement is probably right up there with the statement of if you live in America and you're a dual citizen, you're going to have to give up one of your citizenships. Well, I'll believe that when it actually happens. People put out things to get people talking, to get people deciding, siding with one side or siding with another side. I just sit back and wait. Are they going to cut off government pensions overseas? Well, that would bring a lot of ex-military guys, boom, heading out of Philippines. Exactly. How about Guam drama, chismis? I have nothing going on with the turtle. The turtle has climbed into his shell. He's inside the shell. He's peeking out. Let's see what's going on. He's testing the waters. The turtle put a couple of videos out, but made it members only. Only those that accept to drink his Kool-Aid are allowed to watch his video. Hasn't put anything really out there for the public, except for maybe one interview with someone. But the turtle is inside his shell, and he is hiding. That's all I have to say about that. There you go. Forrest Gump. Jan A. Where's my Jan A? Scott B. There's a bill in the Senate to not allow adults. Yeah, Scott B. Here's how I look at that. All right. Here's how I look at that. Since we're gonna talk about that topic a little bit. It's a good topic. I don't want to get into the political end of it. Who's right? Who's wrong? Yada yada yada. But you got to look at the bread and butter of that, the meat of that. What would happen? That would mean if you are a Filipino citizen, you're a dual citizen in America, you got to give up one. So, like, you know what? I'm going to give up my Filipino citizenship. I like America financially. I help my family. I'm not going to give that up. I'm going to give up my Filipino citizenship. So, do you realize at that point, when you and your wife fly back into the Philippines, all right, you and her, she's now a tourist. She would now be considered a tourist of the Philippines, like everybody else. You come in here and you fly in and you get the tourist visa. She would now get a tourist visa upon arrival in her U.S. passport. She can't claim citizenship of the Philippines. All right? You ain't getting a balikbayan stamp anymore because it's a courtesy stamp visa they give because you've returned back to the Philippines. When Mia Lut came back, her and I flew in, and because she's a Philippine citizen and can prove it, we got that balikbayan stamp, which allowed me to be here in the Philippines for a year. No renewals, no nothing. That's gone. Here's another thing. What if your wife, Philippine citizen here, and gives up her citizenship and she owns land here? I don't know. I'm just putting it out. Does she not own land here anymore? Because you are not a Philippine citizen. You are an American citizen. And yes, Americans can own land in the Philippines, but the average guy like me, hey, let me go buy that land right there. It ain't happening. Um, does she have to give up all that land? You know, it's weird. You start thinking about things. There's a lot that would be involved with that. Um, but I'll believe it when I see it. I've seen it. I've seen people talking about it. And I don't let it worry me. You know what I mean? I like to keep kind of updated on things like that, but to get all in depth into it, um, uh, I'll wait and see what happens. They do crazy stuff, put out crazy stuff. Here's one. Here's one I heard here on Facebook, the Philippines. You ready for this? Now, I only read this on Facebook. I didn't come up with this. I didn't design this. I didn't present this bill. There's a bill in the Philippines right now. It's up for, I don't know, voting or however they do it here. Or it might be a proposed bill. The proposed bill states if you're a federal government employee, so you work for the government, and political figure. This bill they presented said if you are found guilty of like criminal fraud, you know what I mean? Like, hey, here, for example, hey, you were in charge of this $5.8 billion flood project. It's not complete. And where's the money? And you say you're out of money. Where's the money? Oh, 5.5 billion pesos. And you only spent like 2 billion pesos. Right? You're found guilty of something like that. All right. They're saying, here's the proposal. They want to take you out and line you up the old fashioned way, right? A firing squad and shoot you. Yeah, I don't think that one's going to go through. Right. That reminds you of the old history of, say, maybe the Spaniards or whatever, and lining up their enemies and things like that. But no, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. It's crazy. The bills. Uh, Bruce says giving up dual if a Filipino won't work because if foreigner born, you're already disqualified for run for government office. You're disqualified. Yeah, I was thinking maybe they want to do it to do something to do with um, if you're running for a political office, you have to be born American. Although maybe they were doing something like that. Who knows what they're trying to accomplish there? Um, we'll see. Let's see, Lex. Do you need to get an exit clearance with a balik bayan visa? No, you do not. You do not need an exit clearance. Don't overstay it. Um, but no, you don't. When I got here with Lut, I got the balik bayan stamp with her. Within a year, I applied for my 13A, my spousal visa. So I applied for the spousal visa, and my time elapsed within my balikbayan stamp being good. However, because I was in the Philippines applying for my 13A, they mark it as an overlap. So I couldn't be, charged anything for like technically overstaying my balikbayan stamp because I already started my 13A process. So I was good to go. But no exit clearance. You could leave the Philippines uh, with your wife, your spouse, and go to Hong Kong, Thailand for a day or two or whatever. And then boom, you can hop back on a plane, go right back in the Philippines. Boom, you get that like buy on stamp. You're good to go for another year. Um, yeah, and it's courtesy. I don't even think they charge you for it. I don't think so. It's been a while. Newfie in the Philippines. Thank you for stopping by. Good morning, Brian, a former Philippines national who is now a natural Canadian citizen, can own land in the Philippines up to 5 hectares. I think that's the amount. Who is now a naturalized Canadian citizen. Yeah, there's ways. There's ways to own land. Don't. I think Mike did a video like don't believe like certain things that are put out there. There is ways to own land here easily. People do become, believe it or not, there are foreigners out there that are citizens of the Philippines. They were here for the amount of time. They did what they had to do to apply for Philippine dual citizenship. They done it, and they can now purchase land here. There's requirements to becoming a citizen. It can be done. People have done it. Then you can own land. I don't know about voting. Maybe you can. Street Freak says, builder two house, or sorry, Street Freak, builder two houses. You gotta buy the whole compound. You gotta buy a whole compound. All right. I'm, I'm gonna build everybody a house here. Uh, everybody has a house here. They build it their own. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's saying you can live in the Philippines on 500 US dollars a month. You can. You're going to live, if you live in a city, you're going to live in a cockroach infested place. You're not going to have air conditioning, You're going to cook all your meals. Or if you live in a province, so you don't find a jungle hut somewhere and stay in there. It can be done. It's like, you can't buy land. Right? You can't live in the Philippines on 500 US dollars a month. Yeah, it can be done. It can. I just here with my wife and got to buying visa for free. There you go. Free. It's free. You can't beat free. Walk in, stamp it. Have a nice day. Have a good trip. Thank you very much. Expat crap. Philly, could you let the weirdos up on the panel for entertainment conversation? You know what? I will do that on Wednesday. Guys, I'm going to start doing a live stream on Wednesday. Hump Day. I just put one out this past week and let people know. I know some people cannot watch it live, which I understand. But I want to let people know every Wednesday I'm going to start doing Hump Day, and I will bring people on. You want to come on the panel? Come on the panel and talk. Let everybody hear what you have to say: the good, the bad, the ugly. Your experience in the Philippines, what you like about the Philippines, how you got here, the challenges of the Philippines. You know what I mean? Well, we can do that. And people just come on, say what they have to say. Bring something different, I guess you could say. Everybody's trying to look for something different. All YouTubers are trying to look for something different. Uh, it's a fun it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. Being a YouTuber is a fun thing. You gotta make it a fun thing. Can't be going ballistic because or you can't be depressed or upset if a video doesn't go good well for you. It's just the nature of the game. Oh, Brian, how are you doing? Brian from California, Ventura, California. Hi from Queens, New York. Not much snow except here, but Philadelphia is supposed to be 3 to 6 inches. You don't miss that. No, I don't. 3 to 6 inches. You know what? The other day I was like, I have a routine. I have a routine that I do in the evenings when things are winding down, and things are settling down. I watch my Philadelphia news. Fox 29, Good Morning America, that's where I got Bob Kelly and Hump Day and Sue Serio and Mike Jarrett and all that cast. I have the app on my smart TV. For some reason, it wasn't loading for the past couple of days, and I was like so upset because I enjoy watching that news from home, good or bad. But yeah. Going to be good. 3 to 6 inches. And then you got the ball games coming up this weekend. Cali in the house. New York in the house. In addition to the Good Day Show, ever try streaming KYW News Radio 1060. Yes, I remember KYW News Radio 1060. AM dialing. You guys remember AM and FM dialing? You guys are kind of the age of me where we're not like really old like OPJ, but the car where you had the radio and you had to dial the channel in, or it had the little push button thing, and AM and FM, 8 tracks. See, now I barely remember 8 tracks, okay? But I remember KYW. Never tried doing a stream of the KYW. But what's nice about that app you have, I could watch. Okay, say if I lived in Arizona and the local news that I followed was say WKRP in Cincinnati. All right, say the channel I've watched and followed news was say in Cincinnati. That app allows me to watch that news from the Philippines. Yeah, great little app. A great little app. Have the towels started popping yet? They are down there now. They are. They are 98.9% done. They only have the outer edges of the wall and the floor meat and around the doors and cutting, the fine tuning part of it. Clean up the floor, put the grout down. Bam, we're good to go. By the end of the day, it will be done. Well, of course, this is what I've learned here in the Philippines. when they're working construction, right? At least Lut's family here, and God bless them, they're good workers and they're doing a good job and everything like that. But underestimate. I guess it's better to be underestimate things than to overestimate things. So we went to get concrete the other day, and I did a video about it. And they're like, "All right," I said, "How many bags of cement do you need? How many bags? 5. I said to Lut, 7. We were right. I bought 7 because, and that was just enough. They got 1 full bag down there, and that's it. And that's going to be enough to do the outer pieces. And then, all right, we need more tile. How many more tile do we need? 30. I said 35. But yeah, underestimate. But hey, like I said, you get to the finish line. The object is to get to the finish line, but it looks good. Brian, do you plan to rip up all the tile when he has to move out? Who's moving out? Who's moving out? If somebody came in there and said, "Hey, you got to get out of this land, this property," da 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 da. All right, well, that would be the government, and well, I'd see if I can get a bulldozer in here. I'd bulldoze it all the way down. They shouldn't break, Street Freak. They are in there. Good, solid, professionally done. We had our house in Mindanao all tiled, and a mirror earthquake caused many tiles to pop up and crack. We have to remove the tiles and buy new ones. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. That's part of living in the Philippines. An earthquake can cause a problem. Typhoon can cause a. That's just part of living here in the Philippines. You learn to come to accept it. It's just the way it is. I don't know. Natural disasters. Laminated floor. Expect crap. That sounds lovely. What time Wednesday? You're going to do the live panel stream? 8:30. 8:30. It will be. Here's the thing. It will be every Thursday. Let me tell you why. Every Thursday, 8:30 a.m. I'm sorry if I said Wednesday, because it will be Wednesday back in the States. Hump Day is from the States. So Thursday, I will put out a reminder to everybody to when and what time. It will be Thursday. I apologize. I said Wednesday. I don't want to do Wednesday because somebody else I know does Wednesdays, and you know that's you. Enjoy it. Do your live stream, but it'll be Thursday. Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Philippines time and date. Floating floor. Good morning, Mark Doyle. How are you doing? Stick to dirt floor. Never, yeah, true. Never damage. Don't forget Buzz Stop Buddy. How can I not forget Buzz Stop Buddy? Alex. Remember Steve Keeley? Steve Keeley. Now, there was a character, right? This guy's reporting on a snowstorm in Philadelphia, standing alongside the road, and he's doing his report about the snowfall and the cleanup crew. One of these big street trucks that plow the streets comes through, and it wasn't planned. Not it blew all this shit all over the back of him, and that was iconic. But yeah, that's sports in a minute. Ah. Hi, Brian. Tell me which is harder to shovel, snow or sunshine. You're correct. Cowboys always disappointing. We'll see. We'll see what happens with these Cowboys. We'll see. They may bring in string you along to the very last moment. We'll see. Only 50 likes and 100 up in here. Come on, guys. The Cowboys are not a good team anymore. No, they may not be a good team, but they are the most highly marketable team in all of the NFL. They are. Check it out. Look it up. Look it up. The Cowboys is a brand now. They've turned the Dallas Cowboys into a brand. It's the way it is. And maybe they'll get their act together and go back to the way it used to be, where they were a team, not a brand. Cowboys are done. Cowboy is history. Man, Bert, calm down, Bert. Leave the Cowboys alone. Cowboys are not good anymore. Leave them alone. Quit picking on my Cowboys. You know, they're one player and one play away from making the Super Bowl. See, we stay positive. I stay positive, right? Unlike the Eagles fans, not all of them, not all of them. My one subscriber buddy here, subscriber who I met, nice guy from Philadelphia. Spend time with him and his family out here when they visit Filipina, and he's a straight up Eagles fan, loves his Eagles. I had to give him a couple days before I sent him a message like, "Have you recovered?" And then he goes in and tells me, but and all of the other Eagles fans that are friends with me on my Facebook, their pages were crickets. Crickets. I put up some little things. You know how people put up things on Facebook to read, make you laugh. It was the band. It was a wagon, an empty wagon in a desert. And I said on the caption, "Where are all the bandwagon? Where are all the bandwagon people? The bandwagon is empty." That was it. The bandwagon is empty. They're bandwagoners. They hop on the bus. They hop on a band. They hop on a van. They hop on a wagon when the team's going good. But when they fall off, nothing. They brag and they poke fun at the Cowboys and everything like that when the Cowboys lose. And well, now it's your turn. Uh, I love it. Kenny and Subic says Cowboys worth 13 billion in 2025. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They're you can understand Jerry Jones brought the NFL up to speed when it comes to teams and ownerships and marketing and everything like that. I watched a documentary on it. It was very good. I'm not going to get into it with you and talk about it, but you have to watch it. It was on Netflix, and how he brought the NFL to a financial powerhouse that it is now, money wise, team wise. He was behind a lot of that. So, anyways, guys. Oh, OPJ. OPJ. Does anyone know if YouTube suspended regular guy? I heard something. I heard someone saying he got a 1 week suspension from YouTube. True or fictional? Who don't know? I really don't know. If he did, if he didn't, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Who knows? Scotty's going to do his own thing, say what he wants to say, act how he wants to say. Like I said, nobody like we like the saying, like Mike. Nobody needs to tell people how to live. But who knows? Who knows what he? Don't know. I could find out for real. I could find out if he did or if he didn't. Mike, I will use. Let me see. I will contact one of my operatives, my undercover guys, to infiltrate Scotty's channel and see if they can get the scoop. I did see they took down a live stream he was doing from the rail at Phillies in midstream. Yeah, I don't know. Cajun, I'll pop in, see what's going on. I'll see if Scotty is doing a live. Old Honey Bunny, the next greatest, biggest YouTube superstar coming out of Angeles City, Philippines, does live streams. And, you know, there's Scotty Boy's been there. And, but they do their own thing. They do their own thing. He may have to go room up with Honey Bunny. Yeah. PJ, regular guy, might be secretly bisexual and make a move on him. Who are we to judge? If they want to pack the Expat regular guy received a 7-day ban on live stream because he was swearing at Muslims. I don't know about that. That could be a lot of, that could be expat crap talking crap about Scotty Boy. I don't know. I don't know who expat crap is, but I will. I will send out my guys, my undercover operatives. Some people think I have operatives that I can find out all this stuff. Nah, I don't have. I'm not connected like that no more. All right, guys. Can you, Baberoni? Can you do a Baberoni in Forrest Gump voice? Baberoni. Baberoonies. I don't know. Baberoonies. I love my Baberoonies. They are so sexy. Can't really, I can't really talk like Forrest Gump. I can only imitate his famous lines in Forrest Gump. Hmm. I did notice. Now HB is kind of quiet. HB, and I'll end it with this: HB Honey Bunny. I can't call him Honey Bunny. That's the name of his channel, Honey Bunny. But he's a dude, so I can't call him Honey Bunny. So I call him HB. He's kind of quiet, and when he's doing his live stream, kind of reads things often. But then you got Scotty. Like Scotty's like all up in everybody. Like, hey, like, hey, babe, Rooney. But like, I can do him because he's like Scotty sounds like Jerry Seinfeld. You know, I know what you're saying. Hey, babe, Rooney, what are you doing there, babe, Rooney? Oh, looking good there, babe, Rooney. Hey, hey, come over here. You're sexy. Hey, wow, look at you, babe, Rooney. Hey, like Scotty's like, you know what I mean? And there's it's HB. He's kind of like just chilled, laid back, kind of not as excited. But Scotty is one of a kind. He is who he is. What can I say? He's one of a kind. He likes to talk to the girls and the babyroonies. And Scotty is my friend. Scotty is my friend too. I talk with Scotty here and there, and I've known Scotty for quite a while. Nice guy. Met him in Angeles City. We'd sit and talk and, talk about things. And, Scotty Boy's a good guy. Anyway, I don't have an issue with Scotty. Did I just say why he got banned? Because you asked, guys. Yes. Yes, we did ask. Nobody knows. Contact Scotty. Expect crap. Expect crap. Contact Scotty. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know, and I really don't care if you didn't. It is what it is. All right. Big Al in the Philippines. Thank you for stopping in. 3 years today. I arrived in the Philippines. Best decision made in my life. Yes. 3 years. So everybody's coming in now. Lucas is coming in. And I'm getting ready to shut this down. Hang on. Let me place my order with my wife for my breakfast. And I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Yes, my camera is off. Hang on a second here. Got to make some adjustments. I am having a bagel. Having me a nice bagel. Went up to, let me see, went up to General Luna the other day, made a video about it, picked up some lunch meat, uh, picked up some bagels, went to the bake shop, picked up some things at the bake shop, getting ready for Christmas, buying things now that I specifically need to make for Christmas dinner, things that I like to make. Uh, my Philadelphia cream cheese has finally arrived. Can't get that on the island. They have cream cheese, but it's not Philadelphia cream cheese. My mayonnaise has to be Hellman's. I got a notification from Lazada. We're sorry about the delay. All right, well, as long as it's here for Christmas. Little things like that. I'm having a bagel today with yogurt, banana, and cinnamon powder on it. That'll be my breakfast. Sounds like a good breakfast to me. Good day to you too. That's all right, Luke. You can sleep in. You're entitled to sleep in, right? You are allowed to sleep in. I will say this though, Bruce did not pay Honey Bunny. Honey Buns still owns Honey Buns. I will say this, Bruce did not pay Honey Buns. I kind of thought, I know what you're talking about, right? I know what you're talking about. And that was me. So you can't squeeze it from them. But lesson learned, write it off. Sometimes in life, you have to just totally write people off, disconnect from them, be done with them. Don't want to have anything to do with you. Not sometimes even in a mean way. It's just, you know what? How you do things, how you live your life. It's not how I do it. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's just we have nothing in common with our lives and how we live our lives. And it just you just kind of just cut them off. That's just how life goes sometimes. Um, that's just me. Do you believe in second chances? It all depends. It all depends. Everybody deserves a second chance, of course. But I think it all depends on the situation. Eh, this guy got HP got taken for money. There's a whole story behind that. Those that don't follow him, but he was taken for money from another foreigner, from another expat living up in the city, in that city, that breathing demon of a city that breathes fire and brimstone out of it. You get down in that belly of the beast up on Walking Street and get involved in the belly of that beast. You know, what was that? This one guy used to always say, be careful when you look into the abyss, that the abyss doesn't start looking into you. All right. I think that was the quote. Well, the abyss, the belly beast of the demon up there, that Walking Street area is full of a lot of moving parts. And when you're involved in all those moving parts, man, you can get screwed. That guy gets not literally, you can get screwed too, because you can pay for that. But you start meeting different shady characters. There are some shady characters that run around up there. All right. And hey, HB, if you got stuck for 16,000 pesos, lesson learned. It's been what, a month? The guy said he was going to pay you back, and lesson learned. Kick him to the curb. See you later. Hasta la vista. Goodbye. See you. Don't want to be you. Get away from me. Kick him to the curb. Kick him to the curb. So, anyways, guys, I am going to wrap this one up. Hope everybody has a good day. I get a video out about the floor and being done and everything like that. Remember, Thursday, Thursday, I will do another live. I will put it up on the notification. You guys will get a notification like this one here that we are going to be doing a Thursday live. 300 complain about 15. Craig and Cebu, if you are available, maybe I will have Craig and Cebu if you are available. And if you want to, come on my live stream, all right, and introduce yourself. If you want to, Craig, it's up to you. I'm not going to, beg you. I'm not going to pay you, Craig, because you make way too much money. But if you would, it'd be great. Anyways, with that being said, everybody have a good day, night, or evening, wherever you're at. And all right, Craig says next time. All right, next time, Craig. All right, you guys take care. Enjoy life. And don't let anybody tell you how to live your life in the Philippines. You take care, OPJ. Talk to you later.